happening now? War. What is happening in Egypt now? War. The last time I read about it, I don't know whether it might be more now. They said over 750 people have died. War. There is war everywhere. There is physical wars and there are spiritual wars. Even in your home, even in my home, there are spiritual wars. If I say anyone who doesn't have a war in his home should raise his hand, I don't think we will find one person who will be able to raise his hand, because every one of us is facing one war or the other. Verse 7 says, nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. You know what is happening? What started in, was it North Africa, Libya, Egypt, and all the North African countries and the Arab world, and even those who have not faced it now, they are sitting with just one of their buttocks because they're watching. They are afraid because kingdom has risen against kingdom. Are we watchful? Famines, pestilence, earthquake. About 2-3 days ago, I heard of earthquake. One in China and the other one in the United States of America. And it's like it's happening every day. It's happening so much that we become insensitive. We are not even mindful of it anymore. We don't see it as a sign. It's like somebody who has headache all the time. He doesn't see it as a sign. He won't even check his blood pressure. And when he goes to the hospital and the doctor takes the blood pressure will be hitting the ceiling. I say, well, I have it all every day, so I don't even mind. Are you growing thick skin concerning these warnings? Please let us wake up. Persecution, killing, hated by all nations for his name's sake. Yes, thank God it is not happening in America. But it is happening indirectly and in such an insidious way that we are not watching. But let us talk of the places where it is happening and we're seeing it. Let me take Nigeria that I know very well, for example. We've been hearing about it. People will be in church like this, and the terrorists will just come behind the church or in front of the church, and they will plant a bomb there. And the preacher that was standing up preaching to them, boom! The preacher is blown off, and so many of the members gone. The first time it happened in Abuja, it killed about 400 people. And it became like a daily occurrence. Every Sunday it was happening. If you are in that situation, won't you sit home? Won't you run? People are not running. They are going to church. They say, even if it is raining fire, we will serve our God. If it happens to us in Westchester, how many people will we find in church? It is not happening. And look at the population in church. Or do we need that before we wake up? Do we? Do we need persecution? God can give it. But please, don't let us ask for it. Let us just wake up voluntarily. Because it doesn't please God to torture his children. No. Betrayal of one another. That is very common. Many false prophets will rise up and deceive many. Lawlessness, and the love of many will grow cold. We are seeing the sign all over. Yes. The gospel of the kingdom will be preached in the world as a witness to all the nations, and then the end will come. And this is where I want us to dwell very much. Please and please. There are vivid examples that we can see. If we come to church Sunday by Sunday, we do Bible studies, we hear the pastor preaching, and we thank God for our reverend. He preaches good sermons. If we hear all this and we do not make use of it, what use are all these good sermons we are hearing? What good does the Bible studies we have? What good does it do us? There is the river Niger. It started from the Futajalon mountains. It is a flowing river. This river is flowing up to today. And we have Lake Chad, which is at the north horn of Nigeria. The circumference, the area of Lake Chad, when it was really booming, was like 260,000 kilometers. It was like the size of Pennsylvania or some of our states. To tell you how large it is. It was larger than the whole country of Israel. When I Googled it and I looked at it on the internet, it was bigger than the whole country of Israel. But today, because Lake Chad is not flowing, Lake Chad is just receiving, Lake Chad is not giving, Lake Chad is diminishing, Lake Chad is drying. And the ecologists are telling us, you can go and check this on your internet, on the computer when you get home. The ecologists are telling us that before the end of this century, there might not be Lake Chad anymore. Everything might dry up. Why? Because Lake Chad is not giving. Sister Christina, thank you for the challenge. I didn't bring anything last month. I'm a corporate. I'm not saying this so that, to say that, oh, I am doing well. It affects what I'm talking to you, affects me. It affects me too. And I have to do some repairs. Because I'm in this church. And God is not happy with us. The Lord wants us to do something. Some people have fought with their blood so you can have church here today. Some people have given their all so that this church will be standing where it is today. We are in this church, and what are we doing? Those people have passed and gone, and we are going to the same heaven. And when we were reading through Hebrew, he told us of what the valiant ones, the faithful ones have done. Some were sawn into two. Some were going in sheep skin, and they were giving them to the ferocious dogs. And the dogs will be biting them, and it's like a game. They will gather in the station watching them. Why? It's not because they stole or they pursue somebody's wife. It's because they believe in the Lord Jesus Christ and they refuse to recount. And they will do this to them until they die. The dogs will practically tear them into pieces. And yet, they will be praising God. And instead of them cursing, they will say, Father, forgive them because they know not what they do. Your neighbor that did something small to you, don't you know how many curses you have rained upon them? What type of garment are we wearing? What type of garment do people know you with? Let us go into the wardrobe of the Lord Jesus Christ. In Colossians chapter 3, verse 23, he tells us the type of robes he wants us to wear. A robe of kindness, a robe of patience. A proud man cannot preach the gospel of a humble Christ. How do your neighbors see you? If they see you as a proud, that woman, oh, that man, you can't, no, don't go near that. Don't go. Tell their children, don't go near that. Because you are proud. You are haughty. What have you that you never received? Whatsoever you have, God has given it to you. Be it wisdom, be it beauty. If it is beauty and you are proud about it, where is the market you bought it from? If it is wisdom, where is that? Where did you buy it? If you say you went to school and that's why you are wise, and yes, some people went to school and they are still dull. Some people went to school and they failed. So, what do you want to say? Let us give praise to God. The Lord is calling us and is challenging us to a tester. He said that we should, that everyone in the world will hear the gospel of the kingdom. There are people who will come and be knocking on your door. They are bold. They are bold to come to your doors. I don't know if they knock on my door so several times. They will come and they will knock on your door. And when you open, they say, yes, we come to preach to you. I'm a Christian. They say we know, but we just want to preach. They don't come to unbelievers. They are pursuing the believers. They want to pull you down. They have a gospel, but it is not the gospel of the kingdom. We have the gospel of the kingdom. What are we doing with it? Are you bold enough to go and knock on somebody's door and tell him or her, yes, I have the king, I have the gospel of the kingdom. When have you done that last? We have like 3 train stations around us here, which has made evangelism easier a little bit. We can go there. If you cannot sing like Paul and Silas, if you cannot preach like Reverend Edward, you can go to the train station and give tracts to people. If you don't know how to preach, give tracts to people. Direct them. Philip, they said, we want to see Christ. He said, come and see. All he does is a conduit that shows people to Christ. He shows people to Christ. Let us be a conduit for Bethesda Church. Let us bring people to the church. Let us fill the pew. We still have land. We can extend this church. People are perishing. Hell is real. And heaven is very real. Amen. People are passing into hell every day. What are we doing? Are we not concerned? These are people why the Lord Jesus Christ came to the world to die. He came to die for them. If the Lord doesn't ask you to shed your own blood, but he tells you, go and preach the gospel. And do you know why we don't see signs and wonders? Before I get to that, in Matthew 28:20, he said, I will be with you always. This is his promise, and he never fails. And in Mark 16:20, it says, he confirmed this promise, and as they went out and preached everywhere, the Lord walking with them and confirming the word